whatever.
I guess we're live.
Yes, we are. All right, welcome back to Room for Travel. Daniel McBain from danielmcbain.com, and with me today are these two. So I'll let them introduce themselves. Alexander, first.
Hello. Yeah, hi. I'm Alexander Koval from outndabout.de. As normal, travel photography. And we have the other one, the Italian guy.
The other one, Flavio.
That's me, Flavio Laggia from thinkingnomads.com, and the Italian site is nonsoloturisti.it. I'm not sure even any Italians are ever going to watch us, since Italians do not speak proper English, but let me say, it's cool to have two sites.
They just come to look at us. They don't want to listen. Like you.
Oh, I guess we have to manage to find somebody prettier than us to let them come to visit us.
I thought that's why I'm here. I'm just the eye candy. All right, today's topic is actually, we're going to talk about finding accommodation when you haven't booked ahead. So if you arrive in a new city and you have no idea where to go, where to stay, what you're going to do, we're going to give you some tips for how to find a place to stay. And I guess we'll start with Flavio, because he already told us he has another crazy story involving crime and, you know, just the typical Flavio story. So
I just wanted to be sure I was the first one, because I have pictures. Not crimes this time, pictures.
Seriously, you're going to be the old man who tells stories to kids the whole time, isn't it? Like,
because I love the sound of my voice.
Yeah. It makes the kids cry usually.
So, all right, here we go. Well, since I'm usually the totally jerk type of traveler, I've never prepared, I never know where I'm going to sleep or where I'm going to stay. It's not like I have many suggestions or hints on this topic. What can I say is I just arrive usually with a bus or a train. I get to the first cab driver and just try to speak in the most understandable language and tell him, please get me to a cheap room. And that's more or less how it works. But once I was in Egypt, and there was this guy in Aswan, a shopkeeper, who talked me into going to visit his village. Well, not really a village, it's more a small town. But anyway, this was Esna, like I think 200 or 300 kilometers north, still on the Nile. Very small town, quite cute. As I told you, I'm gonna show you pictures because I love showing pictures. It makes hard for people to understand I'm not able to speak proper English. So let's see if I have the right picture. Esna, right picture, Esna.
One question,
well,
why
here we go.
are you sitting? It makes a lot of noise.
Oh, come on, you're always complaining about the noise I do with my laptop, with my... This is the Temple of Esna. That's the only interesting, the only really relevant thing to see in Esna. So that's why not many people go to at all. Anyway, I was there, arrived with the train, and I had to find a room. No cab driver, no taxi driver, anything. So I just keep people asking, where should I go to sleep? I want to spend a few days in Esna. Where is the hotel? And people were like, hotel? No need for hotels in Esna, apparently. So after a while, I met this guy. Sorry guys, again, I met exactly this guy who said, how long are you going to stay in Esna? And it was like 2 or 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, no idea. And he just told me, you can stay in my place. And this, as you can see, his place. I was not sure if you've ever been in Egypt, but it's a wonderful country, lovely people. But the one bleak point in Egypt is they're really aggressive when they want to sell you something. And they really are after your money, as in many other places. But they're really aggressive. So first thing I said was like, just let me know how much you want me to pay. It's great, I can stay with you, but tell me the price. No problem. We're friends. We're brothers. Of course we are. I mean, we met since 5 minutes. Obviously, we were brothers. And this is his place from outside. Cool place. I made this picture because after the very first night when I went for a walk, I was sure I would get lost. So I made a picture of the place, and after a couple of hours, when I wanted to get back, I was just walking around with my camera in front of me and checking which wall or door was identical to the picture I had. And after 2 more hours, I found it. I spent about 3 nights in his place. That was not only us, also living in the same place.
Daniel, do you have sound issues as well? Oh, okay. Now he dropped out.
Yeah, somebody had a computer issue.
That's unfortunate. The story started so good.
Yeah, we'll continue it in a minute when he comes back, or 10 minutes. It might take a bit. But
oh no, I guess he's
sorry, guys. Back. Totally not my fault.
No
Google's
problem.
Fault.
Okay, we did a commercial break. Tried to sell something.
Sorry. Shall I go on? I'm gonna be very quick. Almost.
Yeah, it was not only you slept, or not only the guy slept in the thing, but
yes, exactly. There was like a bunch of people there. Here we go. See the crazy guy? That's his older brother. I fear he was in love with me, but I never managed to find it out, luckily. Anyway, and his mother was lovely. She always was always asking me if I wanted something to drink, something to eat, something to drink, something to eat, something to drink, something to drink. They ate like 8 times per day in Egypt. I'm not sure how they can handle it, but it was a lovely place. And after my stay there, 3 nights. I was moving to the Red Sea. One morning, I just got up, and the guy was waiting for me, like hugging and cheering. And by the way, this was my room. Cool place, huh? Luke.
Nice
and
place.
I was like, thank you. That's it. That's all. And then I said, sorry, one moment, and I understood. Okay. Here comes the bill. You know, because in Egypt you can't host people without telling to the police. Yeah, sure, but I was very glad to have you in my place, in my home. So when police asked, I just bribed them, and I didn't want you to have any trouble. And I told, cool. How much did you give him? And he told me 500 pounds, Egyptian pounds. And I thought, here we go. That's what I had thought since the beginning. In the end, I gave him 200 Egyptian pounds, which are more or less, if I remember correctly, about 50 euros. And that's it. Patted him on his shoulder. Well done. Good job, I told him. And then I went on. But I don't want to say I wasn't happy. I didn't enjoy the staying there. It was cool. Just in these places, guys, sooner or later, the bill is coming. I would have loved if he would have said me since the beginning, it's 50, if it's 100, it's 200. No, we're brothers, we're friends, and then in the end comes the bill. But it was a lovely stay. They were lovely people. I really appreciated it, and I have a very good memory of this situation, of this happening. That's it.
That's quite nice. But yeah, you're right. The bill is always coming. There's no way
especially
around
when they
it.
say you're friends and we're brothers. That's the first clue that a bill is coming.
I mean, it's always like it's the same almost everywhere in developing countries, right? You are best friends after 5 minutes, and after 6, you're already a family, and they want your phone number, which is cool. Don't misunderstand me. Which is really cool. Lovely people, great time. But shit, the bill always arrives.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. How about you, Alex? What tips do you have for people for finding accommodations in a new city?
I have on travels, I have normally my iPad with me, which I'm now unlocking. And I have installed I mean, I don't have such nice stories like he has. But
Do you
I
have
wasn't,
pictures?
and I don't have pictures. So I have
Have
pictures.
pictures if you don't have a good story.
Wait, but I was in Argentina, and in Argentina there was I had the iPad with me, and before that I downloaded an app which is called Pocket Earth, and with this app you can download map information on your iPad, but to store them offline, so you have offline map stuff. And this is pretty cool because you get offline map stuff. Can you see that? Is it too bright? Wait, if I hold it like this, maybe it should be. And not only do you get offline map stuff, you get also accommodations recommended here. Not, I mean, you see where there's hotels and all that stuff, and you have GPS information on that as well. So you can see where you at on the map and how far away the hotel is or the accommodation, which is pretty nice. And it's also pretty nice to track taxi drivers when they drive you to the accommodation, because you can tell them, oh, no, that's the wrong way. I have to go that way or that way. And they can't cheat you that much. Yeah, so I would recommend this app, Pocket Earth. It's just, I don't know, €2.99 or something for the iPad. And there must be something out there for for Android as well.
But not the same.
Maybe not the same, but just try offline maps, which have which can download Wikipedia stuff. So I have Wikipedia stuff on this app as well. So if I'm at one site that I like, I can push a button on that thing. It tells me everything what I need to know about this, and I'm good to go. And it tells me restaurants and all that stuff. It's a great app.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds useful.
So what's with you?
Well, I guess I'll just say a few things. Actually, I decided I have a little story too. I'll do a little Flavio thing. But my story will actually be about how people are nice for once. Like, this is so unusual for me, where I trusted someone and they were actually a good person. That's usually not something I talk about. So, but first we'll start with when you come to a new city. If you can, it's good to prepare beforehand and know which area is the best for accommodation, so you can at least go to the area and find a hotel. But if you know nothing, in most countries, the taxi drivers will take you somewhere, or people around the bus station or train station, but they will always take you somewhere where they get a commission. They will never take you to the best place. So one thing you can do is tell them to take you, just to recommend something, and make sure you tell them you want to stay in the main backpacker area. Otherwise, it will take you far away. Tell them to recommend a place in the backpacker area. Go check it out with them. If it's nice, stay there for a night, even though you'll be paying a little more.
Who say they want to stay in the backpackers area? Backpackers are jerks anyway.
Yeah, but usually if you're in a new city and you don't know where to go, you go there first, at least for one night. It's always safe for one night, and try to figure out where else you should be. At least for me, I find that the best. And yeah, and then, like I said, either stay there or just go across the street and don't pay a commission. Go to a different place. But I don't know. I find that the safest is to just stay where everybody else is for the first night or two, and then if you stay longer, I almost always move, because like Flavio said, it gets very annoying being in the backpacker area. But, all right. Anyways, my story. Like I said, usually I will never trust anyone if they offer me an accommodation like with Flavio. I would never stay with some guy, especially the way he looked.
I'm a yes man. What can I say?
It's perfect to have you two on the show, because you're the complete opposite of each other.
Yes, but now I'm actually going the other way. In Laos, we did actually do this. We were riding our motorbike. We had like a motorbike tour that we were doing for like 7 or 8 days, and we were in the middle of nowhere, and there was like we were heading to a town that we knew had guest houses, But then we saw a big New Year's party in the river. Like all these people were drinking, had tables set up in the river, and there's karaoke, and it looked really fun. So we stopped and joined, and just started drinking with them and everything. But we knew if we do that, we cannot make it to the next town. We have to stop here because we can't drive at night in Laos on motorbikes. We will die, especially with all these drunk people driving.
And being drunk yourself.
And being drunk ourselves, yeah, and getting drunker and drunker. And so we talked to, well, anyways, we mentioned that we didn't have a place to stay, and this one guy, really, really drunk, he's like, oh, you can stay with us, no problem, you know, we'll take your bags for you and everything. So I'm like, well, you're not taking the bags anywhere, but I guess we will stay with you because we have no option. But we decided to trust them, and in the end, it was actually pretty good. The ride there was terrible. We had to drive in the dark on our motorbikes about 5 kilometers on a road that was just holes and water and pigs and cows. And I don't know how we made it. And the drunkest Lao guy jumped on my friend's motorbike and said, I'm driving, I'll lead. And he was going all over the road, and I thought at first, I just follow him. He knows where the rocks are and the potholes, and I can avoid them if I follow him. But no, he was just drunk. And so we're just weaving all over the road, and it's crazy, and people are coming from every direction, and everyone's drunk, and it was really scary. But eventually we made it to his place, and in the end they had just a village party. There was 5 houses in this village, and he was one of the main people. And they just had a big party in the village, playing drinking games with this strange Lao liquor, terrible. And they cooked the feast for us, and yeah, and like I said, it was pretty great. At the end of the night, there's a little bit of a problem, and one of the guys was a cop, so there was a reason they started the knot, and then the next morning it was very awkward, and it got worse. We actually we wanted to pay him because we're used to always paying and that, but he insisted we don't give him any money, so we didn't really know what to do. And in the end, we gave him a deck of playing cards because we had nothing else, and then like the next day we regretted it. We would actually rather give him money because we couldn't play cards anymore. So it worked out though. He was a nice guy and let us stay for free. We slept on the floor, but it was cool. It was a fun time.
Nice.
So I guess sometimes you can trust people, but this is also in a very, very rural area. Like I would never do that.
Very rare occasion.
Yeah. You would never do that in Delhi or Bangkok or anywhere like that.
We should do a trip together once in Southeast Asia or North Africa.
I don't think I could handle that. Actually, it would be good.
Not like doing everything together, just moving together. And every time we have a choice, I'm going to be the yes man. I go with the new guy, and you're going to be the no man. And next morning, we just meet each other, and we share our experience and see who did the right choice, who got the best deal.
Actually, that would be a good idea for a website. Yeah. And also, I could travel for free because I can just scam you the whole way.
Yeah, of course. I will never say no to you.
No, but I think if you two would get together and travel together, you would end up having the perfect travel because you would balance each other out and you would find the middle to everybody's comfort in the end.
Yeah. That's what happened in Laos too. We had a little balance. There was a guy who would go with anyone anywhere, and then there was me who was very cautious. He was going to send our bags ahead. I turned that down and said, no, I can carry my own bag. No problem there. I had my camera in the bag, and I don't want to send it ahead. So we compromised there, and it worked out. We had a good place to sleep, and we still have our bags.
Perfect.
That's great.
So, what would to break it down? What would you say is the 2-3 things that you would recommend if you don't know in the city? Is it trust strangers sometimes, and if you trust, see that the bill is coming? Could we put that
don't
together?
Trust them. I would say don't trust them, but kind of go with them if you have to. Just know what you're getting into. Know that they will try to cheat you and they will lie to you. But if you work it the right way, you can get them to take you where you need to go.
Okay.
Like you can get them to take you to the right area. And if they make a commission, no problem. Or give them a tip, if they help you. I have no problem with that. Just know that they will try to rip you off for much more. So stand firm and give them what they're worth.
Okay.
The advice is worth $2, pay them $2 and then leave. Like, don't buy 15 shirts from his uncle and another, some gems from his cousin and whatever.
Okay, I got the point. My turn now. Trust everyone. Ask strangers. Ask locals. Go with them. Have fun. Be kind and always smile. Do always smile. Nobody's gonna rip too hard someone else off if he's smiling. If you get angry, then they're gonna take the till the last cent out from you. But if you smile,
That's true. Don't get angry. Stay calm.
Don't get angry. Never get angry. Nobody is too hard with someone smiling.
But if you're too trusting, like in Thailand, you might go home with a woman who has something between her legs that's bigger than yours.
What are you traveling for if not for new experiences?
Some experiences I can do without.
That sounds bad, of course.
Yeah. Probably feels bad too.
Okay.
I'm afraid we are burning out too many topics here. Let's cut it.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day, I guess. Anyways, any tips from you, Alex?
I try to compress the tips right now. I would say try to get try to find a middle ground, trusting, like you said. But then I would also say get the app. It's not on here, but it's quite good because then you don't have to rely on anybody. And you don't have to have internet, which is quite good because you can use it offline.
You remember what we said about commissions? People trying to giving you a good tip because they get commissions? Here we go.
Yes.
I'm fine of getting ripped off in Thailand, but if I have to stay in my own room, that's too bad. Cool.
No, I don't get anything from the app. Yes, but that would be my tip. I guess that's all I have.
All right. So to sum it up, there we go. Get the app, trust no one, and trust everyone. So I guess that's our advice for today. Make up your own mind. But they're all useful tips. So everyone's tips are useful. Just choose which ones you want to follow. And that's it. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another topic to be decided. See you then.
See you then.
Good journey, everyone.